This, pay attention to the core. Fight for it. Protect it. Remember, this is always the biggest part because it never went anywhere. Additions came, but the center never changed. Okay, now, the first question. Please write the questions down first. Why is it important to write it down? Because you will never be able to answer it in the room. You will write something down, you will never be able to fully answer it. So when you get back to your room in your quiet time or after or in the flight or something, take time with yourself to truly answer the question for where you are now. I'm not asking if you are at the Intercontinental Hotel Hall. Please take note. Where are you in your journey? Where are you in terms of how you envisioned your life, how you want it to be? Where are you in the context of what you'd like your life to be like? Evaluate that. And remember what? Be true to yourself. So don't just write the answer. I'm not reading your paper. Nobody needs to write. It's not an exam to be marked. So there isn't a perfect one answer. The answer for each person is different. It's about your life story and your own journey. But you must answer it for yourself truthfully. You do yourself a disservice if you lie to yourself, even in that one-on-one moment, because you cannot make the right decisions if your answers are wrong. And the whole idea of this exercise is to help you answer some questions at this conference, such that everything you will listen to, from the messages you already heard from the keynote speakers and all the sessions, you would find points and principles that would help you to answer the questions that you have raised to yourself as you're going through this exercise. So the reflective exercise is just to set a base for you, but you will find your answers in the sessions as you listen, in the conversations you have, in somebody's story that you listen to, in someone you'll have a chat with at coffee or tea. One thing they say might just be what fills the gap for you. So where are you right now? And this is really important. Who do you think that you are? I don't care the last name that your teacher called you when you were in primary school, or the last name that your neighbor called you, or your husband was so mad at you, he gave you a name and described you by something else. Is that really who you are? Who do you think? Your self-perception is key. I can look at a most beautiful woman and tell her how beautiful she is, but it's a useless piece of information if she has no sense of her own beauty. If she does not appreciate that God did extra work in creating her and that everything about her is perfectly made, even with a K-leg. It's really about how do you look at yourself? How do you see yourself? Because it affects how you then communicate yourself in different situations to everyone. So Shibodi told you she was skinny and tiny. She was only there for 3 months. But because she had a good man in her life who challenged her, she went in there knowing that I can do this. And she did the work of preparation by preparing, and therefore created an unusual opportunity for herself. By showing up, she changed the game. She wasn't that little girl in treasury. She became that little smart, brilliant girl that can deliver. And that story never changed. That's why they never hired anybody above her. Imagine at 3 months in an office, becoming the head of Department of Treasury of an investment bank, and them never thinking they would need to go and get someone to come and supervise you. That's a miracle in itself. That's what we call miracle. But however, miracles are made through preparation and active engagement, sometimes by you. So make your own miracle by the things you do. Who do you think that you are? To thyself be what? Be true. Tell yourself your strengths. Identify your weaknesses, be honest with them. But then decide which of your weaknesses that you need to invest in, or some you can just discount them and just ignore them. I don't play to my weakness as a person in life. It's a waste of time. I play to my strength. I let my weaknesses be. I'm the first to own them. I outsource my weaknesses. Yeah. I just find helpers with strengths in my own weaknesses. Some of you make a lot of money. Send the money on errand. Find helpers that you can outsource your weaknesses to. Make them work for you and make things work for you. But I know my strength, and you can't take me up on my strength. I will face you down because I know what I'm good at. So if you are talking rubbish, I will tell you it's rubbish because I already know. So you need to have a sense of yourself so that when anybody tries to redefine you, you can stand up. You know, one of the sessions we will have tomorrow is on new media. Most people didn't understand what our game plan is for that. No, it's not about media houses. No. It's because in this time and age, media, especially social media, has been weaponized. And it's been weaponized especially against women. And because most women do not know how to handle it. When people want to, because, you know, we get embarrassed and ashamed more than others. So once they just start some drama around you, you know, you feel so bad, you then go into your emotions, you go and bury your head under the table, and you let them own the stage and talk nonsense and redefine who you are as who you are not. Most women don't know how to deal with it. So we decided, you know what? We want to give you tools. So we went to find the young people who live in that space and said, you will have a session and tell a woman, when this happens, this is what you do. Because there are technical, practical ways to respond to situations. And you must know it so that you don't make yourself the victim by not knowing what to do. And you must also know how to fight back and fight back constructively, which is why last year we focused on value-based leadership. It's important that you own your own life and do the right things always, so it becomes your weapon. Do not allow yourself to be dragged to play like others and do it wrong. When you do, there's always a price, and women pay a higher price because you're judged more harshly than men will be judged. Okay, so next question. Where do you think that you're going? You know, life always offers you options, A, B, C, D. How do you decide that option A is the best for me, not B, not C? When you get 2 different job offers, how do you choose one? How do you evaluate your opportunities in line with your goal? How do you know sometimes it's better to choose what seems to be the less paying job because strategically it is what is going to get me nearer my long-term goal? Where do you think that you're going? If you don't know where you're going, you can't know the right route to get there. And there are many routes to each destination, but having a sense of where you're going helps you to know why, even though A, B, C, D can get me to the same place, why is A the better route for me, and B the better route for C, and C the better route for A? You have to invest time to evaluate. Don't take random decisions. Intentionality is key for a woman that wants to achieve the highest level of success in her life. You have to be deliberate in your actions. There will be some accidental moments of good for you, but if you leave everything to accidents, you'll end up with real accidents. So take charge of your decision. Know why. Be strategic about how the dots connect. How do the dots connect?